E aí pessoal, beleza? Bom, hoje tô aqui para mais um vídeo da série de Genshin Impact. Vamos continuar, né? Calma aí. Se você quiser ver essa série desde o início, eu vou deixar um card aqui em cima. E, se puder, se inscrever no canal e ativar o sininho, ajuda demais. Beleza pessoal? É o seguinte. E aí cara? E aí cara? E aí mulher? Bom, agora vamos primeiro coletar prêmio aqui, né? E vamos iniciar a missão lendária. Desbloquear. Ilusões da multidão. Vamos lá. Aceitar. Testemunho fragmentado. Vá à academia. Você ouviu falar que Alhaitham se tornou grande sábio. Olha aí. Interino, né? Interino. Considerando a personalidade dele, será que os outros acadêmicos aceitarão? É melhor perguntar na academia. Cara, é porque o Alhaitham já era um sábio, né? Não era um sábio, só que ele não era um grande sábio. Na verdade, ele era o escrivão, né? Escrivão, acho. Por aí. Aí ele se tornou sábio interino por enquanto. Depois da missão lá principal que a gente fez. O seu nome é Rancho, cara. Rancho.
I should be able to publish it next month. A few days ago, I was worried that I'd have to stop my work on it.
Well, Azar was one of your thesis advisors. Honestly, I was afraid that you might have gotten dragged down as well. How did things get settled?
The newly appointed acting Grand Sage reviewed all of our projects and gave us permission to continue.
Acting Grand Sage?
Yeah, I heard that selecting new sages has been taking some time, so he's just filling in.
Até hoje ele tá preenchendo a vaga.
Our research results weren't jeopardized. Once my paper is published, I'm definitely giving myself a long vacation and getting some much-needed rest.
Já salvei isso aí.
They're really out of their minds, making Alhaitham the acting Grand Sage?
Take it easy, Professor. I'm puzzled as well. Just going by qualifications, you're one of our most preeminent scholars.
Que isso, gente?
Whoa! Do you think I'm angry because I wasn't chosen for the position? No! It's because I don't understand. He was one of my students, but he rarely attended class. When I asked him about it, he retorted that self-study was better use of his time. What brazen arrogance! Misery of miseries! For the academia to have him...
Calma, professor.
Professor,
Calma.
don't get so worked up. I'll go get you some water.
Psst. Want to hear a secret? I've heard the new acting Grand Sage is from Haravatat.
Really? Who is it?
Someone named Alhaitham. Never met him myself, but he's a real hot topic right now. Lots of things being said about him. There's also a Vahumana scholar who's been in the spotlight recently. They say that he's a likely pick to be one of the next sages.
Tá.
Is he teaching any courses? Maybe we should drop by.
Wow. News of Alhaitham being the acting Grand Sage sure spread fast. Some people don't know who he is, though. Guess he's less famous than Some people are saying good things and others bad. Especially that old guy just now.
Cadê ele? Esse aí não é ele, não. Quem é esse aí? Quem é?
Hey!
The Matra.
The Matra?
I'm Ilias. I have to talk to a Matra about something important.
O cara tá meio tonto.
In the state you're in? You shouldn't push yourself. Why don't you tell us what happened and we'll pass on your message to a Matra?
No, I have to tell them myself. They are the only ones I could trust. Sorry, can you lend me your arm? This is an important matter. Failure is not an option.
Since you put it that way, fine. We'll take you to a Matra.
É pro Saino aí, o Saino resolve. O cara tá tontão.
We promised to take you to a Matra, but we don't know that many, do we?
Só o Saino.
Oh, wait. Sino should be
É,
back
ó.
at the academia. Let's go find him.
Arave.
Hey knows us, but is Sino?
You two look familiar. Are you friends of Mahamatra Sino? I'm afraid he's out on a mission right now.
Ah, esse cara é Matra aí, ó. Pronto, resolvemos.
But if you'd like, I can pass whatever message you might have on to him.
We ran into this guy by the gates, and he seems really eager to speak with the Matra.
Oh? If you don't mind, why don't you tell me about it?
Siraj.
Siraj. That name sounds familiar. Isn't he a Vahumana?
Vahumana researcher?
Yes, one of their most renowned, in fact. I hear he's as daring as he is intelligent. There are rumors he'll become Vahumana's next sage. But please continue, good sir. What about Siraj?
I want to report him for conducting a dangerous experiment.
E ela?
He kidnapped me, tied me up, and took me to that horrible cave. Experimental equipment everywhere. I ran as fast as I could, a little slower, and he would have caught me.
Rolou.
There's no rush. Please, take your time. What kind of experiments was he conducting? Where is this cave?
I don't remember.
Huh? You can't remember?
All I remember is Siraj walking towards me, and then my head started feeling... It's like a nightmare that I can't recall. I just know that that place is dangerous, and that they must be stopped.
Tá.
Oh, I heard they conduct business in the tavern. We have to hurry.
Even if what you say is... All right. But before that, I would like to administer the Matra lie detector test.
You think I'm
Tem isso aí também?
Please don't take it the wrong way. This is just standard... Sorry, but can you two wait out here a little while? We'll be...
Beleza, então vamos ver. Você aguarda um pouco. Ele aí.
Huh? Alhaitham?
Let me bring you up to speed. First things first, Ilyas passed the lie detector test. This indicates that what he said is highly credible. As such, we've decided to launch an investigation based on the leads he provided.
Tá.
Per protocol, this matter was reported to Acting Grand Sage Alhaitham. After hearing about it, he left a message for Mahamatra Sino and then asked to join the investigation.
Boa.
Huh. It's kinda weird for you to be working with the Matra.
You're overthinking things. My interest was piqued is all.
Really? I'm unsurprised you have this much free time. In that case, let's join in as well, shall we, Trevor?
It's already against protocol for Acting Grand Sage Alhaitham to participate in this investigation. As for you two...
Deve ser contra porque ele vai investigar um possível novo sábio, né? Que é o cara que esse cara denunciou. Ele está concorrendo para ser o novo sábio, não é isso? E ele é o sábio interino, né?
Oh, never mind. After all, you were the ones who brought Ilyas here. I'll allow you to accompany us, but you have to promise...
Don't you worry. Our lips are sealed.
All right. In that case, I'll fill you in on what we know so far. Ilyas claimed that Siraj will be conducting some business with a Kasharawar researcher at the tavern. This is one of his few clear memories. It seems he stumbled upon this information while... Incidentally, Siraj isn't at the academia right now. He applied for long-term off-site research 1 month ago. It's close to the time that Ilyas had given. So we've decided to head to the tavern and investigate any suspicion.
That's right. Arav, prepare to head out. You two?
Oh, come on! We already said that we're coming!
Vamos na taverna então.
We're here, Acting Grand Sage Alhaitham. What's our next course of... Acting Grand Sage Alhaitham...
Looks like you haven't read any memos lately. The new Academia decree clearly states that even a sage doesn't have the authority to interfere with the Matra's actions during an ongoing investigation.
E ela...
If your superior were here, he wouldn't be asking me what to do. Instead, he'd be telling me to stay out of the way.
You're right. Understood. Then please wait here as we lock down the perimeter and search for... Ilyas, please stay here. Acting Grand Sage Alhaitham, I'll have to trouble you with the
Sure. Though I'd rather he just protect himself.
Vamos lá. Vou querer o Sino. O Sino resolveria isso aí rapidinho. Aquele carinha tá panguando.
He's the same as ever. Casually ignoring people, just like he did back at Aru Village.
Answering a simplistic question only enables the questioner. Besides, I need him to understand my position clearly.
O que você quer dizer?
Arav has just as many doubts about my coming along as you do. But unlike you two, he's making this matter more complicated than it is, with his considerations like the acting Grand Sage is trying to seize the Matra's powers. That question was obviously bait. The Matra were once under the influence of the sages, and so were often subject to these bureaucratic traps. The test was strictly unnecessary, though. I hope that our exchange will assure him that I won't interfere with their work this time.
Why is this so complicated?
This is why I was against becoming the acting Grand Sage from the very first. Titles and rank inevitably make a lot of things more troublesome than you.
Excuse me, acting Grand. I've had a question on my mind, and I need to know the answer no matter what.
No. I have no recollection of ever meeting.
Haha! I thought so too. I probably wouldn't have had anything to do with someone of...
Then why did you ask?
Well, for some reason I felt a sense of familiarity when I met...
Really? A misperception, perhaps.
Acting Grand Sage Alhaitham, we've apprehended a suspect.
Ele tá achando que é teste, é isso? O Alhaitham? Que ele é o grande sábio, ele não pode interferir com os Matras. Por isso que ele não entrou lá e não fez nada disso, né? Ele tá achando que é teste, é isso?
Siraj?
No, it's the Ksharawar researcher who has dealings with him. His name is Narendra.
Ei, Nara, entra. Cadê o Siraj? Fala comigo.
Acting Sage, wait, can someone please explain what's going on? I admit that I did steal some mechanical components from the lab and sell them, but what have I gotten myself into? I know I let greed get the best of me, but please, I promise.
I would like to ask him a few questions.
Of course.
Do you know Siraj?
Yeah, that's the name of my buyer. He asked to make the transaction at the tavern, but he never showed.
What were the details of this transaction?
He's doing some kind of experiment that seems to require many power generators and electrical components that can only be found in our project. He contacted me in private and said that he'd pay a large sum of Mora if I was willing to put some aside for him, under the pretense of them being defective parts. We had originally agreed to meet at the tavern earlier today to do the trade. I sure didn't expect to get stood up, or run into you all.
Perhaps Siraj was aware that Ilyas might leak information, so he intentionally didn't show up. Whatever the case, it seems that this lead ends here. The good news is, regardless of what Siraj was planning, his progress will now be severely hindered by a lack of power generators and electrical components. We still have time to conduct our investigation. Do you have any more questions for the suspect?
No, he's all yours. But I'd like to borrow Ilyas for a while.
Oh, that's fine. We conducted a comprehensive lie detection exam, which showed that he has a genuine case of amnesia. We're not planning to pursue any further breakthrough. However, I am curious, what?
I've read some papers regarding amnesia, and I'd like to try restoring his memories.
I see. We'll be returning to the academia then.
Beleza, então.
Follow me.
Siraj didn't show up at the tavern, and Narendra didn't give us any leads. Alhaitham, are you serious about seeing things through? Paimon's pretty surprised that...
I thought you would have guessed the reason by now.
Huh? Paimon has no clue.
Você conhece Siraj?
Yes. We were classmates.
Tá.
Oh, so that's why you asked to come along when Arav briefed you on the situation. So you're not here because you're interested in the case itself, but because you know the...
You couldn't be further from the truth. But I wasn't expecting much from you to begin with. For the time being, all you need to know is that we were once classmates. I became the scribe afterwards while he continued his academic. He submitted a thesis 1 year ago, and the Grand Sage at the time asked for my opinion. I did not approve of it because it committed one of the 6 cardinal sins by touching upon human, from violating matters regarding human evolution to attempting the forbidden and fearing none. The 6 cardinal sins are the origin of all evil in this world. They are also what the sages use as a reference when formulating or amending the rules. My opinion was that Siraj's research was both overly naive and in violation of various core principles. The Grand Sage took some of my suggestions on board and ultimately
Então
decided to
ele
reject the application.
ferrou com o Siraj. E talvez o Siraj quer se vingar agora. Será?
So that's why he's buying energy sources and electric.
He's most likely trying to circumvent the rules and conduct his experiment in...
That sounds super suspicious. Oh, we gotta... Ilyas? Can you try to remember things again? Maybe some...
I'm sorry, but I've already tried many times. And no matter...
It is possible for a person to subconsciously forget some of their memories as a defense mechanism against extreme stress. However, these memories aren't truly lost, but merely sealed away. They can be restored with the... Now, try to recall things you care about. They don't need...
Well, actually, I feel like I've forgotten more than just the memories of the time I was kidnapped and experimented on. The kind of person I am, the things I've done... I can remember some things, but I can't recall some others no matter how hard I try. But I do vaguely remember that there are two things that I have to do.
Do tell.
The first is to get my paycheck from the academia and give it to my younger sister in Gandharvaville. I'm not sure about the details, but it seems that I would send money to my younger sister every month to pay for family expenses.
And the second thing? What's the second?
I can't remember. Sorry.
Not unexpected. However, you're the only one who has seen Siraj and knows the exact location of his cave at present. As such...
Losing your memories must be really painful. But don't you worry. We'll help you get them all back.
Oh, thank you so much. This feeling, it's more... I have so few memories that I don't even have a clear idea of who I am. And my head's always ringing. It feels like I could faint at any moment. But amidst all that, it also feels like I've been set free somehow. Nevertheless, I have you all to thank for bringing me what clarity I do have right now. Now, I do remember that I worked part-time at a place in the academia called the Research Preparation Center.
I see. In that case, let's go and find whoever's in charge there.
Vamos lá. Quem é esse cara aí?
Oh, Acting Grand Sage Alhaitham. I've sent this period's research expenses report to your office. Have you taken a look?
I did. Recent research expenses have decreased quite a bit.
Yes, though that is primarily because there are fewer scholars with research needs. But that can be a rather convoluted topic.
I believe you know this individual. His name is Ilyas. He worked part-time here, and he's here for...
Oh, yes, of course. Though, Ilyas... Where have you been these past few days? That was our busy period, but then you disappeared without a word. Everyone had to pick up the slack.
I'm sorry, something unexpected came up. But I know I've caused trouble for everyone. Is there anything I can do to make up?
The other researchers have more or less finished your share of the work. However, there is one... Do you remember Chandra? You were in charge of following up on his off-site research application. He retracted his application a few days ago and canceled his off-site project. He's the 12th person to retract a research application this month. I'd like you to ask him why he did that. Chandra is probably having coffee at this...
Understood. Then,
I'll pay you in full once you return. However, make sure you don't disappear without saying anything again. Be considerate to your colleagues and give them some... Is this acceptable?
I have no objections.
Encontre Chandra. E aí?
Ilyas? Long time no see. What can I do for you?
I heard that you canceled your research project, so
Oh, that... It's really nothing special. I'm not the only one who canceled, right? I mean, people have had no motivation to conduct...
No motivation to conduct research?
Yeah. Say, who might you be?
No, don't mind me.
Well, with the downfall of the Sages not long ago, many of the projects that they led were put on hold while they were being with the situation being so volatile, people are picking up random things to do to kill time. No one wants to risk starting any new research until it's clear how things will pan out and...
When you say, how things will pan out, you actually mean what the new Sages would have interest in.
Wow, talk about blunt. But that isn't the only reason for the lack of motivation.
So what are the other reasons?
Well, because the Akasha terminal shut down. I'm sure you're all aware that we require all kinds of knowledge to perform any of the research we do. Back then, the Akasha would respond to any of our requests for the knowledge we needed. It was beyond convenient. We didn't have to spend an extended amount of time studying, so we were able to immediately run various tests
Estão
and
com preguiça
experiments.
de continuar pesquisando, que agora não tem um computador na cabeça fazendo tudo para eles. É isso que eles estão fazendo, né?
I see.
You get it, right? After having had a taste of something so amazing, who can be bothered to manually sift through? There are only a handful of people at the academia who are starting new projects or performing research. Most people are like me, waiting for a recognized researcher to start a project before immediately applying. Although our names will be further down in the paper, we'll have a much easier time. We don't have to do most of the mental heavy lifting. All we have to do is focus on our assigned task.
Ô, louco.
What's wrong?
My head. It hurts. I remember now. I remember what Siraj said to me as he approached. You will become Siraj number 36. Fuse yourself with a consciousness under my control. Think only in accordance with a set module. Like a worker bee in a beehive.
Paimon doesn't get it.
It's what Siraj was researching and the topic of the thesis he had submitted. Collective consciousness and the path of evolution.
Consciência Coletiva.
Siraj believed that by achieving 3 objectives, he could create a collective consciousness in human society and First, he would rank test subjects in descending order of ability, with number 1 serving as the overmind. This overmind would then divide tasks into numerous modules and delegate them to the collective's members, based on their assigned number and the task's importance. Lastly, this system must support the rapid exchange of information within the collective, or even
Paimon still doesn't get it.
Think of it as linking many minds together and tailoring a given mind's assigned work based on its compatibility. Eventually, everyone's minds will be consolidated into a new form of existence that is both an individual and an organization. Siraj believes this collective consciousness is superior to—
Whoa! Squishing a whole bunch of people together? Paimon thinks that sounds—
It's just as Alhaitham said. Siraj gave all the test subjects different numbers. Bigger numbers meant you had a lower rank, so your assigned tasks were less complex, such as being responsible for everyone's basic needs.
Então o cara fez humanos robotizados para fazer trabalhos que se adequam às suas habilidades. Acho que é mais ou menos isso aí.
Smaller numbers were ranked higher, so you'd be given more complex assignments like planning for the future. Siraj referred to me. I also recall that Siraj said his plan was proceeding very quickly, and that the hive would soon be—
Oh no! Then we gotta hurry! We have to stop him before it's
I tried my best, but that's all I can remember. I still can't recall where the cave is.
Take your time. You'll eventually remember it all. However, something doesn't seem right.
What's off?
You were only designated as number 36? What a shame. From what I can see, your talents merit a smaller number.
I'm not sure what Siraj's numbering system is based on. Anyway.
Please, wait! I heard you all talking about Siraj just now. Are you—
Huh? Do you know some—
Well, Siraj is pretty popular as of late. I heard he's gained recognition from a lot of well-known researchers. Supposedly, he's a strong contender for being one of the next sages. There are many who would give up everything to be a part of his research team. I'm nothing special, though, so I doubt I'd get the opportunity. That said, I do know a researcher who received an invitation from Siraj but declined it. If you're interested, you can try to find her. She's usually reading at the pavilion in the—
Ela recusou o convite do cara. Pode ser. Vamos ver.
Are you Janaki? We'd like to ask you a—
Ilyas?
Do you know me? I'm sorry, but—
Are you playing dumb with me?
No, I'm not. I actually have amnesia, so I've lost a lot of my memory.
And? Are you trying to say that I should forgive you just because you've forgotten what you've done? Or are you using the acting grand sage as backup to settle things with me? The two biggest loners.
That's enough. There seems to be a dispute between the two of you, but I heard that Siraj once invited you to join his project. Is that...
So, what if it is? Siraj did extend an invitation to me, and I was also interested in his project. I think it was about collective consciousness or something. Anyway, he said that I could be number 45. I refused because I thought that rank was too low.
Certo.
No one wants to be placed at the bottom.
Ilias is number 36, and Janaki was supposed to be number 45.
Tell me, did Siraj tell you how he assigned...
Yeah. Remember how the sages took advantage of the Akasha and extracted Yana energy from our head? They left a document that records the amount of Yana energy that the Akasha had extracted from... I don't know how Siraj got his hands on that document, but he used it as the basis for his number.
Ele tem informações do Akasha?
I see. He believes that this data can be used to evaluate a person's computing power.
Mas é verdade?
Putting aside the validity of the data, it is meaningless to judge individuals.
At most, Jnana energy can only be seen as representing a portion of a person's abilities. Humans are complicated beings, so it...
See? I knew I couldn't have only been ranked as 4...
What else do you know about Siraj?
That's it. He came to me. I refused. Is there anything else you needed? If not, I'm out of here. I've had enough of this.
Que isso, mulher?
Please, wait. I still want to know.
You really forgot?
I swear. I don't remember.
Paimon can vouch for him. The mantra also said that he...
I see. You know what? I get angry just thinking about it. So I really don't have the patience to fill you in. All you need to know is that you got a lot of people in trouble back then, including... That's all I have to say.
E ela? O que ele arrumou, hein?
She doesn't seem to like you very much.
I really don't. But after she said that, I've had this, I guess.
Do you want to remember?
Huh?
Even though you're a witness against Siraj in this case, you've also lost your... No one can force you to remember if you don't want to. Even if you manage to remember, all you would need to do is feign ignorance and tell us that you tried the best you could, but to no avail.
I'm not sure what to do. Like I said before, for some reason I felt a sense of freedom when I realized, but I feel like I shouldn't be allowed to go free so easily. I still want to
I can look up your file. Something that caused trouble for a lot of people in the past must be on file somewhere.
Verdade.
Would you like me to look into it?
Yes, please.
All right. Then let's return to the house of Dana. We've spent enough time here, and...
Bom, ele fez alguma coisa grave. Então, vamos ver.
Let's split up for now. Ilias, you go and get your paycheck. The rest will meet back here later and then head over to Gandhar.
Okay. Thank you all.
Relax, Ilias. Being nervous.
That's true. I'm ready. I'll also try my best to remember anything else related to Siraj. We'll put...
I'm holding you to that.
O que ele arrumou?
Okay. The important files from the last few years should all be here.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Anyway, I found Ilias's file. Let's meet downstairs.
O fantasma do par de Jai.
What have I done?
This file indicates that you were once commended by the academia for your courage and sense of justice.
Huh?
Yes. Your instructor was engaging in academic fraud, and you were the one who reported him. Your report was found to be true after a series of investigations, and your instructor was brought to justice by the Matra. This incident caused quite the commotion, and the academia sent you a commendation. What is it? Or any memory?
No, it's just... my head feels like it's... Did I seriously do that?
Let's put this matter aside for now. It isn't directly related to Siraj, so there's no need to push yourself over it.
I'm sorry. That should have been something good to hear, but My body is instinctively rejecting it.
Take it slow. Recovering memories is no easy task, especially when it involves memories that you don't want. Just do what you think is right.
Thank you. I'm not sure how you're so calm and composed all the time, but it does make me feel more confident about the situation I'm in.
Let's head to Gandharvaville and deliver Ilyas's paycheck to his...
Ele foi condecorado herói por entregar o chefe que fazia coisa errada. Cadê o Tinhar e a Coley?
We should be close. Let me think. It should be this way.
Ilyas, what are you doing back here?
Dad, it's nothing. I was just wondering how
You sure everything's okay? Did they bully you again? It's all... Ilyas, what's wrong?
I'm fine. Just a minor headache. I haven't...
Back then, I told you not to be a hero. Look how things turned out. I can't imagine how things are going for you at the academia. We've even been receiving threat letters.
You don't have to force yourself to stay at the academia.
I'm all right. I just need a little rest.
Ilyas doesn't seem like he wants them to know that he has amnesia.
Ele não quer que sua família se preocupe.
Hey! That's enough, you two. Ilyas isn't feeling well. You can keep nagging him once we get home. Ilyas, let's find somewhere to talk.
A irmã de Ilyas leva todos para um lugar mais calmo.
How's your headache?
It's much better now. Oh, here. It's this month's paycheck.
Same old, same old. It's just that everyone's worried. Don't mind their nagging. Deep down, they know that you did the right thing. It's just that after hearing a lot of bad rumors about you and seeing all the threatening letters, well, they're mom and dad. Maybe they just want you to...
Conform.
Yeah. You don't remember? After the incident, you... Ilyas? What's wrong?
Ah, I see. I remember now.
You're acting a little weird today, you know? Anyway, I understand your decision. But Mom, Dad, and I don't care if you're a hero or not. I just want you to enjoy life.
Your understanding is a great comfort to him.
Is it? That's good.
More so these two. My name is Alhaitham.
Oh, that rings a bell. At any rate, I feel... Would you like to join us for dinner? I just happened to buy some extra food.
Falou muito alto, papai, mas escutar.
Sorry, but I still have things I need to take...
Well, that's a shame. Okay, I'll get...
Don't worry. I won't do anything to make you guys worry again.
You remember now?
Yes, I do. Thanks for that. You know, you don't seem like such a bad person.
Is that your way of conveying gratitude?
Oh, my apologies. But I meant every word. Remember when I asked... I said that there was a sense of familiarity, but what I really meant...
Loathing?
Yeah, but having spent some time with you, I realized that you're not someone I'd... Strange, isn't it? Why did I...
My strength is that I don't care about what others think. If you could also develop this quality, then you won't be as bothered by complicated social relationships.
It'd be great if I could think like you. But first things first. I remember where Siraj's cave is now.
Really?
Ô, louco. Já lembrou? Aí sim.
Hannah remembers that you said there are two things that you had to do. What about the other one? Are we not gonna do...
There are more important things at hand. We have to stop Siraj before he completes his collective consciousness.
You're right. Let's...
O cara já lembrou. Ih, olha aí. Ao vivo, hein? Subimos de nível. Como assim, rapaz? Quanto tempo que eu não subia de nível? Tinha meses já. Tinha meses. Caverna dele é aqui? Então, pera aí. Primeiro eu vou lá coletar o prêmio do nível. Né? Outra coisa, galera, que eu tô fazendo. Faltam só um N móculo para pegar. E falta só um G óculo para pegar também. Então eu vou fazer um vídeo do futuro pegando. o último, tá bom? Não é você. Esse é o prêmio, ó, 57, tá aí. Pô, a caverna do cara tá por aqui, mano. Sério? Nesse lugar aqui? Ali dentro.
This is the place.
It's so well hidden. But there's nothing spooky about it.
Tá bom. Mas eu acho, caverna secreta. Elias guiou você aqui. Parece ser o lugar onde Siraj faz seus experimentos. Tá. Olha. Dá tempo, será, galera? Se eu for rapidão, talvez dê tempo. Bora. Será que o Siraj vai estar aqui dentro? Seria muito bom. Opa. Continue explorando a base da pesquisa. E aí?
Weird. It's bigger on the inside than Paimon imagined. Are you Ilias? Do you remember this place? Huh?
I don't sense him near.
Did he get separated from us? Should we wait?
There's no need for that. Let's keep.
Alright. We'll continue.
Você quer uma armadilha? Uma armadilha pro atual sábio, já que aquele cara quer se tornar sábio? Na época do Akasha.
It's okay, Ilyas. You've done more than enough for me already.
I don't understand. Everyone knows that Johnny is stealing your research. Why is no one willing to go public with the truth? He shamelessly used your thesis to send in a project application. And whenever the project hits a wall, he asks you for help. Everyone knows what's going on.
Do you know how many people are working on that project? If Johnny was kicked out because of academic fraud, that'd be the end of the project. Too many people would—
But he's obviously taking advantage of you! He throws you the hardest work, and after you're done pulling all-nighters, he struts around with your research data and takes credit for it. That's not right! Why are you putting up with this?
A lot of people warn me to not say anything. And I think they have a point. This is just how things are. All I want is to— It's okay. He's at least paying me.
Half a year of your time and effort. Countless all-nighters and casual threats and insults. He's treating people like cattle.
Enough. It's fine. I just need to suck it up and get it done.
Certo.
What's the matter?
Eu acho que tive um vislumbre do passado de Elias.
You could read minds this whole time and you never told Paimon?
Of course not. I was also able to see those memories just now. They were probably the ones that leaked out while Ilya—
Connecting...
It's clear that this place isn't a work in progress. The hive has long been finished. The collective consciousness project is already complete, and Ilyas is now returning to the collective.
Então ele nos enganou, olha aí, ó.
Not entirely. Keep walking and you'll see why.
Ou seja, esse lugar já é o lugar da consciência coletiva.
Too slow.
Tem gente ali.
Completely different from what Ilyas said. This place looks like it's been done for a while.
Tá. Ó, o tempo do vídeo já tá, né? Mas acho que eu não posso sair daqui, posso? Aí, ó. Se eu sair, vai dar ruim, não vai? Vamos seguir um pouquinho, vai. Vamos lá. Ó, essas pessoas ali devem estar tudo...
Contributing to the collective by only thinking to your strengths. How easy.
Ele já tá no pensamento coletivo lá já, ó. Esses aqui já estão todos conectados. Igual estava o cara lá.
Alhaitham. Just thinking of that name fills me with hatred. We must get rid of him.
Olha aí, rapaz. Só porque ele negou o projeto dele. Ele deve estar por aqui, então. Mais uma memória.
An entire year's worth of work down the drain. And for what? Your reputation? Do you have any idea how many people you've brought down?
You could have played hero any time. So why couldn't you have waited until the project was complete?
I don't understand what you guys are saying. Are you saying you don't care that Raju jumped to his death?
It's a shame. What happened to him? I thought he was stronger than that. Everyone has been working hard to complete the project. He could have endured for a bit longer.
In any case, we're done with you. Because of your recklessness, the Matra are putting Johnny on trial. This project, none of this affects you at all. But do you know how many people, myself included, needed this project to... Now our futures are up in the air. If worst comes to pass, we might not be able to graduate. Do you...
I'm sorry.
There's no need for an apology. It's not like I'll accept it anyway. You'll pay...
Pela entrega dele, que ele entregou lá o cara. Um cara morreu, é isso mesmo? Um amigo dele morreu. Elias.
Don't jump to conclusions just yet.
Mais uma, vamos ver. É aquele cara.
Alias, this is all very strange. Is there really no research group that will take you?
Não, não é aquele cara não. Pitar nele não.
Well, to pass this course, you must complete a paper with other researchers. I know you're a hero for fighting academic fraud, but well, maybe you should try to improve your relationship with the other researchers. Huh? Getting a reputation for being...
I understand. You seem troubled.
Who are you?
Where are my manners? My name is Siraj.
Olha ele aí.
Siraj, I've heard of you before.
The world hates people who don't fit in. I imagine you've had your fair After you reported Johnny for academic fraud, you were ostracized and shunned. Even your family can't understand your actions.
Ele acabou com um problema que tinha na academia, mas por ele ter acabado com esse problema, toda a pesquisa foi cancelada. Por isso que os alunos estão com raiva dele, porque queriam completar a pesquisa, né?
However, I'm working on some research that will help you merge into a collective. How about it?
Certo.
What did you see?
Siraj convenceu Elias a se juntar à colmeia. Sim.
I can't believe it! He really did trick us! That giga jerk! No, Siraj is the real giga jerk here. Ilyas is just a regular jerk. Ooh, Paimon's so mad! We're gonna find him and we're gonna...
Vai para o local mais profundo. Ele é quem? É o amigo nosso, não? Carinha lá.
You've come. I intentionally slowed my integration into the collective consciousness because I wanted to see you one last time as Ilyas. And I wanted to apologize to you as him. It was only at Gandharvaville that the second thing I must do occurred to me. To throw off the Matra and bring Alhaitham to the hive. That was my task.
Eu falei pra vocês agora há pouco. Falei pra vocês na entrada aqui do lugar. Falei, será que é uma armadilha? Armadilho? Falei, tem armadilho. Aí, ó.
You were already Siraj number 36?
Yes, I truly did forget many things during that time. Even my identity. However, it's not that I got scared and forgot. It's difficult to fool Alhaitham. So I had to create the perfect...
And the best guise is when you believe your own lies.
Correct. I only told you that the hive was incomplete because I had deleted my memories of its completion. It was finished a long time ago. Before I left, I was already living as number 36. Now, only here, can I be truly? That's all I wanted to say. After I enter this room, my consciousness will merge back into the collective.
Is this your decision?
Yeah, the person we know is Ilyas, not Siraj number 30. The outside world is painful sometimes, but Paimon doesn't think that's a reason to—
Do you need more time to consider, Ilyas?
Hey, who are—
That is Siraj.
So you're that giga jerk!
Giga jerk? How bold of you!
You!
I modified Akasha terminals to allow users to share memories and emotions. Then, I recruited researchers from I assigned numbers to everyone and divided the experiment's tasks amongst themselves. Here, people can live easily and happily without needing to exercise complex mental thought.
You're just trying to justify—
Then I ask you, what's the difference between here and There are researchers at the academia who engage in dangerous research in extreme environments while others become idle. And people are so obsessed with collective will that even those on the fringes will attempt to fit in after suffering setbacks. Isn't that right, Ilyas? There's no need to deny this, as it is fact. It is, and the terminus of conformity is a collective consciousness through which even an ordinary bee colony can become a powerful swarm. Replace the bees with Welcome to the hive, Alhaitham. You once arrogantly denied the merits of this project. A few simple words from you, and my research was consigned to nothingness. Of course, I'm well aware that you don't care about any of this. But I didn't give up. I made my thesis.
When we arrived, I noticed many empty rooms in the hive.
Oh, you noticed that? Then can you guess where their inhabitants are? The answer is the academia. They're executing another phase of the plan. The plan to install me as a sage. The collective consciousness links all of us into a single mind, showcasing our individual strengths as we work together. We are able to execute complex undertakings while everything has been proceeding smoothly. You are our biggest obstacle. With you out of the way, I'll use my growing influence to turn the project will snowball until ultimately everyone will be part of my hive. No. The hive will be in control.
We won't let you do this!
What can you achieve with mere words? You weren't even able to return to the hive, number 36.
Yes.
Wait! Don't go back! Look! And you aren't an outcast, aren't we?
That's easy for you to say, given that you're travelers. Will you two continue to stay at the academia? When you return, number 36, you know as well as I do that
Ilyas?
You two are just as arrogant as Alhaitham. You think that everyone should be like you and live according to their own truths. But you don't realize that most people simply want— I allowed number 36 to leave the hive without his memories only because I knew he would eventually return. This proves that I know more about Alhaitham. Do say a word or two.
I made those words quite clear a year ago. The model you presented was extremely unstable. No amount of garish packaging will— It can't be helped. If you were clever enough to realize those problems, then you would have been aware that the hive changed when Ilyas returned to this collective—
Eita. O Elias tem plano, será?
What's happening?
The collective needs motivation to execute its plans, just as machinery requires energy. That's why you, as the Overmind, synchronized your hatred of me into the collective, prompting them to create and execute a plan to eliminate me.
Mas o Elias aqui não tem ódio do Alhaitham.
However, when Ilyas returned to the collective, his memories and emotions
Exatamente.
were shared with the rest of its
Caiu.
members. This includes his perception of me.
Thanks for that. You know, you don't seem like such a bad person. Strange, isn't it? Why did I have those thoughts at that time?
This contradicts the hatred you had provided them. And these two differing emotions will give rise to new conflicts.
So that's it. Wait, so you knew that Ilias would return, and then you pretended to keep him around just to fool Siraj? Wouldn't expect any less from you, Alhaitham. Once the collective consciousness bugs out, we'll take that opportunity. Wait, it's back to normal already.
Alhaitham, I told you. You're too arrogant. Did you really think Ilias's return had indeed introduced abnormal emotions into the hive? But such a meager drop can... Your struggle has been in vain. And it's time to end it. Allow me to show you what makes the collect...
So many monsters.
Será que deu ruim?
Where did they end? Something feels off about them.
I also integrated monsters into the collective, though I ranked them last. Despite their lack of intelligence, perfect cooperation can be achieved, much like soldiers. Now then, drown in endless waves of monsters. You...
Hey, Alhaitham? Your plan didn't work, so what do we do?
I've already sent my gift to the collective. It'll take some time for the recipient to receive it. You two just need to brace yourselves for the nuisance in front of us.
Well, alright. Paimon doesn't know how you get so confident, but we'll hold them up.
Vamos lá. Então ele plantou uma sementinha. Ô louco.
How is that possible? Why hasn't it been resolved yet?
Was there error in our judgment?
The will of the collective cannot be wrong. The Overmind must have made an error in his judgment.
E lá. Estão culpando agora o Siraj.
Is that true? No, not necessarily.
Estão culpando o Siraj. Se ferrou, cara. Suas crias descobriram o seu problema.
Calm down. Don't you have an easy way to figure this out? You were only designated as number 36? What a shame. From what I can see, your talents merit a smaller number. Putting aside the validity of the data, it is meaningless to judge individuals based solely on their jnana energy.
Todas as memórias entraram no sistema.
I see it now! You've channeled and amplified their selfish desires! You're trying to destroy my hive from the inside out!
Human minds are not infinitely pliable, and your hive has stretched many of them to their limit. Once your authority as Overmind starts to wane, it won't be long before your subjects snap back. Is it worth living here like a machine? Being a tool for the rest of my life? As soon as one person begins to have these thoughts, selfishness, doubt, and fear will propagate, thanks to the web of consciousness that you built. At this stage, your so-called hive has already fallen.
It's not over yet. I am the Overmind! There has to be a way!
It's too late. Once the desires of the hive accumulate, beyond a certain threshold, they will kill their king.
Wouldn't have suffered such a disgraceful defeat if I was the Overmind.
My number shouldn't be so far down the list. Siraj is alive!
This isn't what we agreed to.
I should be the one in your position!
É, cara, você se ferrou.
The hive shut down?
Acabou.
What happened just now?
Todo mundo descobriu o plano do cara. A verdade é essa. Confrontaram os ensinamentos do número 1, que era o Siraj.
Members of a collective consciousness are more likely to reach a consensus because of their shared memories and emotions. For example, Ilias did have differing perceptions, but he ultimately followed the collective. However, this system is far from perfect. Based on this logic, the collective consciousness will generate an intractable
Desejos
diffusion effect
egoístas.
upon the disturbance that Ilias caused wasn't for naught. It made the collective question the
setbacks in the plan further amplify doubt, which diminishes the Overmind's influence. This inevitably causes the collective to
apprehension, disappointment, panic, avarice. These negative emotions can be very well hidden, as humans generally do, but in the hive, where there are no secrets, negativity can spread like a tidal wave. Of course, what I said to Ilias was a few words were enough. Believe in the...
You were already thinking of a way to destroy the collective consciousness. You knew that Ilias was the bait all along?
I knew it from the moment I saw him. Moreover, I never looked down on you. My opinion of you has you have a naive view towards the concepts of collective consciousness and human evolution, but you are intelligent and you would never let a test subject escape. Mistakes like that are beneath you, and you also won't leave any...
I never thought I'd hear those words come from you. But if you're saying that out of... I know very well that you've never viewed me as an equal. When you were with us, you always had a distant look. You don't need to hide it. I know it better than anyone else. The arrogance that comes with being a genius.
Your perspective is entirely born from your habitual way of looking at... From your perspective, you probably think I'm like you. Someone who doesn't fit in. However, I just want to distance myself from meaningless noise and look at everything objectively. On the other hand, you have failed to come to terms with who you truly are. You care too much about winning and how...
You mean to say that I'm the arrogant...
Is that not so? Arrogant and emotionally fragile.
Hello.
You view people as a simple, mediocre collective, while you regard me as one of your...
Regardless, I have lost. You can take...
You will stand trial, yes. But arresting people isn't in my... I'm just an ordinary staff member. I believe it is the General Mahamatra's duty to...
Oh, Sino, ele tá aí? Ah, ele é aí.
Sino? What are you doing here?
I followed the symbols. Looks like things have already been settled.
Symbols?
I left a similar picture in my letter to him, and I made several similar symbols.
Wait, what do you mean you... Oh, Paimon remembers! When Paimon first saw you, Arav said that you had left a... So you really did know that something was up with Ilias from the start!
It'd be best if you
Mentir pra gente é normal dele, ele mente pra gente toda hora.
Any mode of trickery on you.
Engraçado você, cara.
By the way, I came across some information at the academia a few days ago. If you practice the method discussed there...
Seriously? By the way, Sino, Paimon heard that Siraj sent more people to the academia.
Don't worry. The Matra have started screening suspicious persons. And we've already arrested... This was likely one factor that caused the Hive's consciousness to waver. Everything went...
Good. Seems like the interesting part is already over. I'll leave the arrests to you all. See you.
All the test subjects have been taken away.
Top.
I'll have my subordinates seal the place, retrieve all documentation. And are you two hurt? I brought bandages and hemo.
Paimon's fine.
Get some rest. Alhaitham is probably waiting for you at the entrance. Watch out for any of Siraj's associates who might still be in hiding. If you encounter anything you can't take care of.
Okay, you stay safe too.
De boa. Beleza. Mas o vídeo vai ficar por aqui, tá bom? Orgulho e preconceito. O vídeo vai ficar por aqui, galera. Porque já estou aqui a 1h22, então vai ter muito corte nesse vídeo, tá bom? Espero que vocês tenham gostado. Se puder, deixar o like, muito obrigado. E até o próximo vídeo aí.